introduce myself. My name is Eric Green. I am the creator, the director for majority of the episodes, and producer, editor, special effects.
Supervisor, man.
Just a long list of stuff.
I'm Java Green. I'm one of the co-producers of Uncanny X-Men. I'm also the visual effects and makeup supervisor. I am also one of the writers and directors for seasons 1 and 2. And yeah, that's my do.
I'm Zach Votto. I'm also a co-producer, writer, director for seasons 2 and 3, actor in multiple episodes.
Oh, I do that too.
He does it too, yes.
Yeah, all three of us actually. We do everything. Well. Everything that everybody does, we all do.
Stunts, location, we're all doing locations, everything. We're all everymen of all of it.
We are.
Anyway, so really quickly, we're doing this video because there's a lot of questions that were asked in all the comments on all the episodes. I'm mainly the person that is always on the Facebook group page, always on the YouTube page, and I try to answer so many questions, but I just can't all the time. So I made this special video just so we can go through each question and very quickly try to answer some of the questions to your answers. Some of the answers to your questions.
Okay.
Some of the questions have been addressed in later episodes. For example, if you ask a question from season 1, we might address it might come up in season 2. But the ones that haven't been answered, we want to get to that.
Yeah.
The first question is, the doctor in episode 1, was that Cecilia Reyes? Actually, that was not Cecilia Reyes. That was actually Dr. I forgot his name. Anyway, that was not Cecilia Reyes. That was
It was actually a male doctor originally in the comic when
we gender bent and race bent this doctor for the sake of
we did. Next question. So when did Multiple Man just show up? I know in episode 1 and they were in the plane and all of a sudden we just saw Multiple Man there. But basically in the comic book, there was already another story going on with Magneto and all that, and Multiple Man was a part of that. So since we went strictly off the comic book,
that was my fault. I wrote that one.
Multiple Man was already in that sequence, so we threw him in there. So that's basically because the comic book had it in there, and no other extra reason. That's why you only saw Multiple Man in season 1.
Lines like, "This shit don't fly" with Wolverine. Why does Wolverine talk like that?
Well, I can tell you, going into writing Wolverine for this show, he actually was kind of like brutish like that when he was angry, and where we were at when we started season 1 is all this stuff had just happened, so Wolverine was angry, and in a realistic sense, he got upset. And so we thought, you know, hey, somebody would naturally curse or something like that. So it wasn't like cursing for the sake of cursing. It was in context. However, it was delivered a little harsher than we expected, of course.
But it is updated from the comic, though, because in the comic he would have lines like flaming all over the place.
The production, as far as the production goes on the season, if you look at season 1 and season 2, you'll see different types of production. Truth be told, there was a lot of times on set where it was me and my camera and the actors that were there. So we didn't have this full 12-man crew and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But we worked with what we had. We still made something really good, and we're still glad you guys are, you know, enjoying the show. But yeah, so
the main thing you have to remember is this is a fan project, and we can't pay anybody. So if we have a day where we have a big call for actors and we just don't happen to have crew available that day, it is what it is, and we have to do what we have to do. So unfortunately that does affect the project a little bit, but we try our best to do our best with what we have. So that's what it is.
Sometimes you just gotta get out there and do it if you want to do the thing that you love.
Right.
Make it work no matter what.
Which brings me into my next thing.
Yes.
People want to say budget, like they think we have like $10,000 worth of budget.
Or even more
sometimes. Or even more so. No. You have to understand, we work strictly by the donations of the fans with this, or more often than not, the money out of our pockets when we do it. So if one day we don't have enough money to get this particular prop, one of us comes out of pocket and finds a way to make it happen if the money's not there. Because there are times throughout the seasons where the money runs dry for a bit, so it only runs off of the 3 of us for a good chunk. And then we have to go back to the fans again.
And even more often that we rely on the kindness of other people who say things like, "Hey, I do have a mansion that you can use.
Yeah.
Sure, you can use
Thank
my
you, Robert.
car.
Yeah. So these are things that you have to look at when approaching the fan series. You have to take it with a grain of salt because we have to work with what we have. And sometimes the money goes to stuff important like food for the actors, because when you can't pay anybody, food is payment. And, you know, we give out as much as we can to costumes. We give as much. Makeup, expensive. Just saying. So a lot of budget went to makeup. So
we do not have like a couple $100 to always spend every day. It's literally who has $1 in their pocket to go to Dollar General right quick and buy this color or whatever. So, you know, we basically work with what we can.
So thank you for every dollar that you have ever given us, those of you out there in TV land.